Welcome to the Online Success Journey podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey podcast, Patience.
Hello everyone and welcome Online Success Journey. This is episode 148. Are you ready to join the clan? Today we have Nadine Barrett, the founder of Just Me on Life Coaching, designed to support men and women find the lifestyle balance needed to focus and excel in the things they most enjoy. Hello Nadine.
Hello, Patience. Good to be here.
We are very excited here. We just want to know everything about you. I know the clan is anxious to hear your story. So let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my clan a little bit about your background, about what you did before you started your own online business?
Yeah, sure. I work in local government for just over 10 years. In different areas of West London and outside of London as well. And that was really supporting adults and young people, families that have been through lots of transitions in their life. Maybe they're suffering with mental health illness, maybe they needed support because they were young parents themselves and needed to get back onto the employment and training ladder. Some people were dealing with physical disabilities, so lots and lots of things that were holding them back. And I use that role to really be able to just hone in on different skills that I could use to support them in different ways and get them through all of the kind of services that we have to deal with in local government, which can be quite a scary task, really. So it's lots and lots of work face to face with people, but I've enjoyed so much of it because it's given me lots of opportunity to get to know what I'm good at and also make a difference in my community as well.
Wow. What a big transition. So what made you come from that way, from working for the government to trying to make your own website?
It was really just wanting to do something more and something independent. I know a lot of people absolutely love their jobs, but maybe it doesn't give them the extra time freedom they need, or they're more restricted because they can and can't do things that they want to explore depending on what the company wants. So it was about finding a way to get my voice out there. And I liked writing, I liked speaking, I liked doing different things. And my friend suggested to me to start a blog site. And that's really where the website came from just over a year ago, to just jump into it and start sharing what I wanted to say. And it's kind of grown from there.
Wow. Okay. But prior that, did you ever went on the online world to check out what is there? Did you ever go to the conferences before that?
Mhm. Yes, I've been to conferences, so things like webinars online where people are holding summits or one-off trainings that have been really, really inspiring over the last few years. And I also have been to sort of face-to-face and normal conferences that you get personal development. And a few years ago, I joined a network marketing company, and that was, I guess, my first taste of what it'd be like to run something with people by myself, and actually how to tap into using things like websites and ordering forms and things that you could do across the world rather than just in your local area. So it really gave me a bit of an insight into what was possible online and where I could go if I wanted to.
Okay. What is the most dangerous belief an online entrepreneur can have?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. I think it would be self-limitation, so thinking that you're not, because that seems to come up time and time again with the entrepreneurs I know, with that stuff that I've faced for myself and some of my clients. It's that I'm not ready, maybe I need to know more, maybe I need to learn more, and it just means that we procrastinate and we hold ourselves back and we never actually take action because we think that we need to do something else first or be something else first before we can even try and be successful in that kind of realm.
Okay. I know you said you wanted your voice to be heard or you wanted something to change, but why do you do what you do now?
I guess it's really just tapping into what I feel I'm called to do. Sometimes I know for myself, I've had instincts to try things, whether it's a new hobby or learn a new skill, or I've wanted to really, really help people to find different ways of coping with life. And you can't always do that in the roles that we're often given. So I wanted to find a way to be able to reach as many people as possible and give them those tools that I've learned and other people have used that can really help support them. And as well as, like you said, I wanted to have my voice heard. There are some times when you just feel like there are things you need to say and it would benefit somebody else in the process. So this seemed like the easiest way to do it. And because the online world is so expansive, really, reaching so many people across the world, it's just an amazing platform to get started with.
How can you help people to turn their things around in their life?
Okay, so I use within my own coaching business lots of different tools and techniques, and I'm sure many of the people listening will have heard of them or tried some of them. But for instance, things like creative visualization or meditation or energy clearing, as well as the really practical things like tapping into building new habits and being more productive, managing your time and actually coming up with action plans that are aligned to that vision that you want to create and making sure that people take action, because I'm sure you've seen in lots and lots of online entrepreneurs that we often plan things, we want to do things, we say we're going to do things, but we let ourselves down. But when we're accountable to other people, we're so much more likely to actually do the things we want to do, and because we know they're watching, and we'll actually go down those paths and take action, which is really, really great.
Okay, and what do you tell to those people who are listening that they have made years after years? This year I'm going to do this. This month I'm going to really to achieve this. I am going to leave my job. I'm really tired. I'm fed up. I'm just up to here. But then it comes in the few more months until that. Oh, I think I should stay for a
Yeah.
few more.
It,
I think I should just wait for another 6 months. So what do you tell to those people?
and that is such a common place to be. Don't feel bad if that's you. I've been there too. I've put things off so many times. I think you've just got to think about what it is that you really want. Is staying where you are comfortable? Is staying where you are something that's going to keep you satisfied, or are you going to feel disheartened and have to live with that? Because when we're unhappy, it's not just an emotion, it breaks down our body, it makes us ill, it makes us stressed, it affects our relationships. So, what do you really, really want? And actually, do you think that you're good enough to go out there and get it? Because for some people, they don't, and that's a shame. But we can always do things to turn those limiting beliefs around. So take action no matter what, reach out and get support. And even if you are really struggling and you don't believe in yourself, someone else can do that for you until you're in a place to do it by yourself. So never think that it's a hopeless situation, because I know it definitely isn't, and I've managed to turn things around. Many others have, and you can too if you just get that support that you need.
Maybe you did not keep making resolution and breaking them, because some of
Mm,
the listeners they might be like, I've been doing this for the last 3 years. So is it
yeah,
too late for me?
it
Is it
is
ever too
never,
late?
ever too late. Oh, you are so right. I think New Year's resolutions is a perfect example of that.
Hmm.
People will set a goal at the beginning of the year, or many goals, and they may make January, but they never really get past that. And they say most New Year's resolutions are broken in the first 2 to 3 weeks, which is, no time at all when you're thinking about a year being 52 weeks long. And it's okay. Every day is a new chance to restart. You don't have to wait till the end of the year. You don't have to wait till your birthday. You don't have to wait until a special date or anything like that. You can get started every day when you wake up and make a different decision. And you know what? They don't have to be massive, because massive changes are scary and we are all put off by them. It's just the way we are. If you just take little actions one at a time, things that are manageable, things that won't cost too much, things that won't make you too fearful, and they will just compound. They will start to build up, and you'll realize that if you're taking small actions over a year rather than trying to do one big thing, you will have made so much progress. So don't give up. I've definitely been there where I've started things, stopped, changed my mind, done all of it, all of the kind of things to put myself off. So we are not any different, but we've all got that potential to just move past where we are now, which is so great, because while we're here and we're living and we're breathing, just take the opportunities as they come up. It's an amazing chance when you do, and you'll find, like I found and like my clients have found, they become more powerful as they go along, and they become more confident as they go along, which is just great to watch.
Wow. Okay, give us your three tip tops on how to really start with the small habits and then we start rolling into big habits.
Right. So first of all, with starting with small habits, I would look at the areas of your life that you are most unhappy with. So maybe your top two, top three, the things that you want to change most, you want to get new results in, and then break those down so that you know where that you want to go. And then have a look at the life you want to lead. So it's about creating a vision. I love visualizations because you can either do them guided along with somebody else's voice, somebody else's recording, or live with someone, or create them yourself. And it just means that you're able to figure out what kind of life you want to live, how it's going to feel when you're living that life, have a really crystal clear video image in your mind of where you're going. And then that helps you to set up what you need to do to get there, because there's no point just picking an action out of the air and thinking it's going to work if it's going to lead you in the wrong direction. So figure out where it is that you're unhappy with, start visualizing what it is that you want to do. And then thirdly, just write down one action you can do every week to push you towards where you want to go. So for instance, if you're thinking about starting an online business, maybe you've got crafts you want to sell online and get those out to the world. What action do you need to take? Do you need to figure out what sites you can use, how much you need interest there is if you're going to be using a payment system? Do you need to find out how to set up a website, or maybe somebody that can put those things on there for you? Or maybe you need to actually go and look at the competitors and price up your items so you know what people would buy them for, if they're going to make you a profit, and then you can start to make your own price chart. So they're really, really small things. They're not overwhelming, but it's just gathering the right information and the right people and the right resources so that you can start moving towards that big goal, but in a way that's very manageable and doesn't put you off and kind of make you want to bury your head in the sand. So that would be my kind of top three to get started.
Wow. Okay. Let's put man aside. How did you know you are successful?
Oh, I love that question. I think success for me is all about the way I feel and the way that I'm able to build my lifestyle. So I've been able to reach more people, which is something I couldn't do in the face-to-face interactions because they take so much more time. I've been able to get my message out there, which in the last about 300 days I'm coming up to, I'm doing a 365-day Facebook Live challenge. So setting goals for myself that I'm achieving means that I feel successful and I'm proving to myself that I can do the things that I set out to do. I've launched free programs and paid programs where people have signed up and they've got great results from that. So that to me is success, because it means I'm giving value to them as well. And I'm actually seeing a change in myself. So being more confident, being more creative and trying out new things I wouldn't have done before. So I think when you are able to see yourself shift in those ways, it makes you feel successful, because successful people do that. They never just stick to one idea or one thing. They go out and they keep growing. So for me, they're the kind of areas that are really important to me, as well as being able to know in the future what I'm building is going to support me having more time with my family and my friends and to enjoy the things that I want to do in life as well.
What have you learned from business as a whole?
Business has taught me a lot about discipline. It's taught me a lot about doing those daily things that even if they're not so enjoyable, they're going to be worthwhile, like the personal development, reading good books, learning new skills, listening to coaches and mentors and signing up to programs. It's taught me the value of investing in myself massively. That's probably the biggest thing, because if I want to do something, I have to be the person with the right skills to be able to be successful. And without investing in myself, I wouldn't be able to grow in any way or do new things. And I think it's also taught me the importance of networking, which was something, I'd never really had to do before, but tapping into different entrepreneurs communities, tapping into different people that can offer support and advice, and knowing that there's so many people out there on this journey doing completely different things, but they're all trying to make it in that online world and be successful in their own way, which it's just such a powerful thing to be able to support each other as well. So yeah, business has been a great eye opener for me.
Okay, you see many people on the website there, everyone is talking about lifestyle coaching, mentoring. So, what makes yours different?
For me, I really, really am about making sure it's all aligned. And that means that what you're doing and what you're thinking and what you're feeling are all heading in the same direction. It's got to come from a heart center. It's got to be working towards your overall vision. And I just think that everybody out there will connect to the right person. So if I'm the right coach for somebody, we're both going to know it. And there are lots of coaches that are doing different techniques. They might be specializing in a certain area that really appeals to someone, like getting a new relationship. But I like to look at it as an all-round holistic view, because our lifestyle is about every element, and that's why I focus on balance. If something isn't going well, it's going to drag us down in the other areas that are going well. So I really like to push forward, get a balance in someone's life, and use lots and lots of different tools and techniques I've used or learned over the years to give people options. So it's not just one method. It's about, let's try these out. Let's see what's the best fit for you. Let's give you as many tools that you can so that you can use them in the right circumstances, and then empower them so they don't need me forever. The idea is that people can go out and then start to tap into what they need to, because they feel confident enough to trust themselves, which is a really, really good thing.
On your journey, have you got mentors or coach yourself?
Yes, I do. I have a number of coaches actually. I've got three at the moment. Two are a team, so they run a business together, and they are really specialising in moving people from full-time work into their own business. So that's what their niche market is. And I've also been involved in a 12-month coaching program. I'm about 9 months into that. So my coach there is an online successful entrepreneur, and she is location independent. So it means she travels the world. She doesn't have a base, and she does everything via the computer. So she doesn't have face-to-face clients. So that mix of the two different coaches and what they give me is a great balance for me. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs that I've been speaking to have always got more than one for different reasons. They might have a mentor in business, and then they'll have a coach to work on specific things that they need to change for themselves. So I think it works to have the right people around you and build that kind of vibe up so that you're going in the right direction.
What is the most valuable thing your mentors or coaches has told you?
Oh, that is amazing. So many nuggets I've got, but I think the one that stuck out for me is to live now how you want to look back in the future and be proud of, so that whatever you're doing at the moment, kind of think, if I was to look back at this tomorrow or next year, would I be showing up in this moment in a way that I would be proud of, or is there anything I would want to change? So that really helps me when I'm making decisions in my day-to-day life. That's a really powerful thing that I've learned.
What is one thing that has contributed to your success?
Contributions would be my online community, actually. I'm not just the group that I run on Facebook, but I'm part of a few other supportive groups. And it's been making connections across the world with people that I now speak to on a regular basis, some of them daily. And we all just push each other forward. We pick each other up when we're down. We share ideas, we brainstorm, we do all the things that you would have if you had a supportive friendship network or business mastermind. But they're not in the physical presence, but actually it's been really nice to have people that I would never ever would have met otherwise. But they've been so supportive to me, and I'm thankful for them and the value that they brought to me as well.
What is one thing no one knows about you?
Nobody knows. I would think the majority of people would not know, bar my immediate family, my household, that I used to be in a girl group when I was younger, and we used to audition to get into things like musicals and recording sessions and things like that. So it was a stint of my life that happened a long time ago, and I've never done it since.
Wow. What grounds you?
Meditation, definitely. That's the big thing that grounds me. Gives me a moment to be still. It gives me a moment to think, and it just makes me feel connected and supported again if I'm feeling a bit off one day. That's definitely the thing I always go back to feel grounded.
Okay, tell us about your program, Upgrade Your Mind and Upgrade Your Money Flow.
Oh, this is an exciting one for me. So it was born out of a workshop I ran for a few business coaches themselves last year and their clients, and I've made it into an online program, and it's now available to actually just listen to and download, which is amazing. So it's all about people's limiting beliefs, and you've probably heard about these. It's the things that hold you back, that are in your subconscious mind, that are driving 95% of your behavior. And they're the things that when you keep going forward and then you end up tripping yourself up and you don't know why, it's because your beliefs are often in conflict with each other. So this program really helps you to identify what those beliefs are that are sabotaging your success, and then to get rid of them, to actually reduce them, to replace them with new beliefs that are going to work towards what you're trying to achieve. There's a goal setting visualization in there that helps you to really set up at the beginning your end goal, what you want to do, what you want your life to be like, how you want to feel when you're there. And then there's a workbook that supports it, which is really useful. It has the tools in there that we talk about in the masterclass, and it has things that you can go away and do to keep upskilling your practice, to start to reduce those beliefs, to keep working on building new ones and new habits, and really practical things in there as well. And the masterclass is a 90-minute session. That was one that I recorded live, so that is what you can listen to go through that whole workbook. And it's just about really raising your vibe, understanding the things that have been holding you back that you weren't aware of, pushing forward with how you look at money, what your relationship's like with money, how you can improve that. And then there's a problem solving guided meditation for any days that you're feeling a bit stuck, you can't make a decision, you're feeling like you're going backwards instead of forward. You can tap into that at any time. So the whole course is just designed for people who want to understand where they're at, improve their relationship with their bank balance, and really start to push forward and take action to make positive changes when it comes to abundance. And it's just been such fun to actually run, and now it's available for everyone. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Wow. Where can we find this program?
It's available online at bit.ly, so that's bit.ly, bit.ly/money flow course. And it's £49. It's really reasonable because if you're struggling with money already, we don't want that to be a barrier. But I know that investing in yourself is a big step that people really need to take to feel like they will go through those courses and put the time and effort in. And it is available to everyone there, and you can just download it or listen to it via the host that is on the website. So it's bit.ly/money flow course.
Wow. The whole course, how long would it take for someone going through it?
So with the 90-minute masterclass and the visualization, the meditation, probably 2 hours, but you don't have to do it all at once. They're all in segments. And the workbook accompanies it. You can use that as often as you need to. There are things that you can choose to do daily or weekly in there, and you can carry that around with you and just pick out the tools that you want to use to work on. So that's an ongoing process there.
Thank you for sharing. So, clan, there will be more from Nadine in a moment. If you are listening on one of the many podcast platforms rather than my website and you are encouraged by Nadine's journey, go to onlinesuccess.com for a bonus portion of the interview. The Online Success Journey is a wonderful membership community built for people searching for the path to success. We are one big clan and you can be part of this community for free. Once you have joined the clan, click on part 2 of Nadine's journey or over other 100 journeys that are available and learn how you can find the right path for your own online success journey. That's a wrap, clan. Remember, success is a journey. Patience and Nadine.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to part 1 and want to be sure you know there is a second part to this and every journey podcast at onlinesuccessjourney.com, filled with even more success tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. There are dozens of episodes only available to the members of the Online Success Journey clan. Check out the website and click on Join the Clan for more information. Patience would like to thank you for listening to this podcast, and she has a free audio gift for you at her website. Go to onlinesuccessjourney.com for instant access to this gift. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps each of us chart our own path. So make sure you're subscribed to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the Online Success Journey and to listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review it at Stitcher and other sites by clicking the stars or completing the ratings form, by clicking thumbs up and leaving a comment on YouTube, or liking and sharing the podcast on social media. To review the podcast within iTunes, simply open iTunes to the podcast, click on Ratings and Reviews, then write a review. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.